Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Cooper here with my primary principal vlog for the month of February. I'm looking a bit different today because it was book day today on the day of recording. And it's been wonderful today to see all the children celebrating their favourite books, celebrating literature, learning about stories and creativity, and see all the children dressed up in all their fantastic costumes. So thank you so much to the parents for putting those costumes together. I know it's always a bit of work, but it's certainly such a fantastic day here at the Academy, celebrating all those wonderful stories, all those interests that children have for the different stories and narratives and books that they've engaged with over the years with us. I just want to share some updates for this month. So first of all, enrolment. So thank you to all the parents who have told us that what their intentions are for the new academic year, whether you've decided that you're moving back to home countries or you're staying with us here at the Academy. If you haven't informed us yet, then we will be trying to reach out to you to find out exactly what your plans are. Because we need to staff the school. So we need to know how many teachers we need, how many teaching assistants we need, how many resources we need, and to start that process now. Obviously, we want to attract the best teachers from the UK to replace any teachers that have equally decided to go back to their home country, back to the UK. So it's really important we start recruiting and getting those staff members signed up for our school. We want to get the best teachers possible. And so the more information you can share with us, the better. In terms of any fee payment, no fee needs to be paid until April, and that is just a re-registration fee. And that I think the deadline for that is something about the 10th of April. So the beginning of April, and that's when we will start asking for those fee payments. All we need is for you to formally tell us what your intentions are for the next academic year. After the 10th of April, obviously, we are a very popular school now. The primary school is full. It is not getting any bigger next year. It is staying the same size. So there are parents that are on our waiting list. And so as soon as that 10th of April passes, we will then be allocating new students into classes where there are children that will be leaving. And so it's really important you follow these deadlines to ensure and guarantee your place here, and so that to support us with our forward planning. Some more short-term notices. So we have our parents' evening coming up next week for the second term update. That will be complemented by a end of term 2 report, which will share with you a summary of your child's current grades and expectations for the end of the academic year. So like predicted grades of what they're doing right now. So we predict what they will achieve by the end of this academic year. And the parents' evening will be a great opportunity for you to get some really detailed information on your child's progress, what they've done really well, what they're working upon, what they've maybe find a little bit difficult, and how we as a school and you as parents can support them moving forward. A really valuable conversation. So if you haven't signed up just yet, please do so. Next week as well, we have our International Day on Tuesday. And so it's going to be another exciting event before it gets too hot to have our children outside on the sports field visiting all the wonderful stalls that the parents have put together. I think there's over 20 different countries being represented this year in our global village that's been set up by our parent volunteers. So if you are a parent volunteer, thank you so much in advance for all the work you've done to put on this fantastic event for our students, a celebration of culture, a celebration of nationalities, a celebration of the community that we have here at the Academy. And it's certainly great for children to experience that and see parents dedicating time for the benefit of their child's education and in supporting their understanding what the global world looks like and how diverse we are. That's going to be a great event. And again, you can dress up in National Day fancy dress or National Day cultural costumes, whatever it might be that you think best represents your country. I also know it is Holly. So if you are celebrating, you're very welcome to come in your Holly and a festival attire as well. Other few notices as well. So consequently, because we have Parents' Evening next week, then we have High School Musical, where many of our staff members will be supporting with the running of the High School Musical performances. And then we go into Ramadan. We have no ECAs after this week. The only ECAs that will be taking place are sports squads, because fixtures still continue and our PE team will continue to train our students and get them prepared for those fixtures. Secondary ECAs do continue for one more week, and then obviously your paid ECAs, because they are coming from external providers, they will continue as normal. But all internal primary ECAs, this is the last week for those. So please ensure you're collecting your child at 3 o'clock, because our teachers will have to leave school to head to their meetings for Parents' Evening. And as you know, those are all online. So parents, teachers will be setting up those Zoom links and getting everything sorted. So it's really important that students picked up next week at normal time, because ECAs will not be running because our teachers are busy meeting with all you wonderful. All right. Final thing is, obviously I mentioned it just previously, is our High School Musical. So many of our students have been participating in High School Musical production practice over the last term as part of their extracurricular activities. And it's certainly shaping up to be a fantastic event and production. The High School Musicals shows are taking place later this half term. If you would like a ticket, you can purchase those and collect them from the main reception. So those are on sale now. So if you are wanting to see the High School Musical production, then I suggest you go as quickly as possible and get yourself down to the main reception to get your tickets from there. Even if you don't have a child in the High School Musical, I think it's always fantastic to bring your child along to watch the show, to see their friends, see their peers, see their role models in higher year groups performing, and it's also a showcase of what they can get involved with in the future. It's great for them to see other students performing on stage, and it's certainly a great community event as well. It's certainly going to be a fantastic production. So even if you don't have a child in that show, it's always great to bring them down and get them to watch their peers and other members of the community. That's all from me. I'm going to head off now to read some stories to some of our students dressed like this. So have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for your support so far. Enjoy the Parents' Evening. Enjoy all the fantastic events that are taking place this half term before it starts to get a little hotter after the spring break. Of course, we have Ramadan coming up, and more details will be shared with you shortly about those timings, etc. But thank you again for your support. Have a good day. Bye-bye.